I hope she made lots of spaghetti.
Okay.
Where there's smoke, they pinch back.
And now for something completely different.
Hello everyone, this is Niall once again, aka the voice of Mario in the Origami King musical. Welcome to another video on Super Origami Kingdom. Now today is gonna be different. I'm not gonna do another rant this time. I do recommend watching my Northern North and Emoji Movie rants though, and all the other videos on the channel as well. Today, I'm going to rank every Mario & Luigi finale / final area, kinda like how Tony Sonic and Shroob Invader did with their rankings of the Mario & Luigi finale / final areas of the Mario & Luigi series. By the way, I do recommend watching those two videos. They are really great. We all have our different opinions on rankings. So disclaimer, I have some unpopular opinions. So please beware, you may or may not be shocked. If you disagree with me, that is fine, I respect your opinion. Just don't be like those people who just say something like, oh, your opinion's wrong. If you disrespect my opinion, your comment will be deleted. Now, before I begin the ranking, I would like to say that none of the Mario & Luigi finales are bad. At all. In this ranking, I will talk about the level, the enemies, and the boss fights. So, without further ado, let's go! Oh boy, Paper Jam.
Disappointment in the game of life.
Where do I even begin with this one? Okay, so Paper Jam is not a bad game. I actually enjoyed it. It is just disappointing and could have been so much better. As for this finale, while not terrible, it's just boring. Just like most of the areas in Paper Jam, this has got to be the most generic final area in the series. It's just another Bowser Castle. Also, why did they call it Neo Bowser Castle? They just decided to copy the same name that was in Dream Team. Dream Team had a Neo Bowser Castle first, which by the way is way better than Paper Jam's Neo Bowser Castle. The design is kind of boring as well. Just another generic looking Bowser Castle and doesn't even look threatening on the outside nor inside. The platforming is fine, the music is okay, but the song is forgettable. And most of the enemies are just annoying. The Mecha Koopas are fine, but the rest are just so annoying. I do think every final area in the series has some annoying enemies, but the ones in Paper Jam are the most annoying and have the most annoying enemies. We have bruisers that sometimes trick you when they punch you, and if you get tricked, there is a very high chance you can get punched and not come back for a few turns. As for the Shy Guys and Chain Chomps, while not annoying as bruisers, are still very annoying. We have this Nabbit chase that is optional, but it is worth it so you can get that final bros attack. And oh boy, that Nabbit chase is painful. In fact, all the Nabbit chases are painful. Eventually, we see all of Toadette's paper crafts burned, which is actually kind of shocking, not gonna lie. In which we then have to find some fire pieces so she can make paper craft Fire Mario. I will admit, that is very creative. After getting those pieces, We then have a papercraft fight against the papercraft Bowser, which I thought was fun. Not amazing, but fun. After that fight, we eventually come to a part where Iggy, Morton, and Lemmy start the cannon to destroy Peach's castle, in which you have to stop in time. I like the concept, but it is ruined by the enemies on the time limit. It is so annoying. Pretty soon, we get to the part where we fight Kamek and Paper Kamek, which is actually a really fun fight. Not as great as Dream Team's Kamek fight, in my opinion, but still a lot of fun. My favorite attack is where they reference Superstar Saga's jump challenge from the beginning from that game. After the Kamek fight, we eventually get to the Koopaling fights, which are once again pretty fun. I also love their dialogue before, during, and after the fights as well. For example, before Ludwig and Larry, Ludwig called himself the leader and the others never agreed to him as leader.
He's the leader of the bunch. You know him well. If you cross him, he'll take you to hell.
And during the fight, Larry called him boss, which really made me laugh. Now, the main reasons why Paper Jam's finale is not horrible is because of the final boss. And man, this final boss is a lot of fun. While not my favorite, I still love it. I actually love all the final bosses from the Mario and Luigi series. First of all, the arena they chose was amazing. It looks so cool. During the first phase, it is just Bowser and Paper Bowser, but their attacks are really fun to dodge, and the music during that phase is really underrated. But the second phase is where it really gets awesome. First off, Bowser looks so cool in that armor. His attacks are really fun to dodge, and even sometimes it can get annoying. And that music is amazing. One of the best concepts about this fight is that you can't use trio attacks on Bowser when his armor's on, because he will just use his hammer attack, which is very cool. My favorite is probably where he uses his armor as his cannons and spits fireballs, and you have to hammer them back at him. After that fight, Paper Bowser and every paper person goes back to their world, so yeah. Overall, not a terrible final area, but it's just the weakest out of them all, in my opinion. Next up is Bowser's Castle from Superstar Saga. I know it is really Bowletta's castle, but it's called Bowser's Castle for some reason. And why would you make it a Bowser face? It should have been Bowletta face instead. The inside also looks like a generic Bowser Castle level, just like Paper Jam, but a little bit better. I do like this place, not amazing, but I still like it in my opinion. The platforming is good, some of the puzzles are fine, and the music is catchy. Not as great as the other ones, which I will mention later, but still catchy. The enemies are either easy or annoying. You have to fight these cannon sniffets, which are kinda boring, those magic Koopas, which can just keep on healing, and it is very annoying, and the bullet snipers are fine. And those forgettable guys with the chain chomps, don't know how I feel about them though. What's annoying about this place is that there are so many enemies. You feel like you are in battle a lot. I just want to explore the castle more. There is a platforming section where they reference the first Mario game ever, and I do like that. The bosses, however, are fun, even if they are easy. First off, we have the Koopalings, which can be pretty fun fighting, and they all have really cool concepts. You have Iggy, who messes up your strength, Morton and Roy, who ground pound, Lemmy and Wendy, who make clones, Ludwig, who just goes all out. Wait, isn't this what Schrouser was supposed to be if Schrouser ever happened? and Larry, who plays tennis with you by using a fireball. Also, starting with the Roy fight, there is a time bomb for when the bomb reaches 0, it's game over. Then you have Fawful's fight, which is fun, and I do like that you can't attack him until he does his spinning attack. After that spin attack, then you can actually attack him. Then we get to the final boss, which is really fun to fight. When you make it to Bowletta's throne room, she lightens up the room, which I really love, and the fight begins. In the first phase, she spits fireballs, throws red and green stars, and breathes fire while you have to destroy the blocks in order to dodge the attack. And the music is really awesome. It's so intense and I love it. When the first phase is over, she fakes her defeat and sneaks a bomb to knock you out, which I really love. And then she inhales you into her belly. This is probably the real reason why Bowser's Inside Story happened. Or in this case, it's Bowletta's inside story. LOL. Inside Bowletta, Cackleta's soul appears and she says that if they lose, they shall be her lunch. That is a great line. While the fight might be my least favorite final boss in the series, it's still a lot of fun. And I love the song that plays during this phase, even though it's my least favorite final boss in the series. This is where the fight gets hard, and that's where the game gets hard as well. At first you have 1 HP, so you better heal quick and hope she doesn't get the first attack. The game was easy until this fight. In order to defeat her, you must expose her heart, and to do that you must take out her arms and her face. And when her heart is exposed, then you can go all out. Her attacks are also fun to dodge. She uses fire, lightning, freezes you, and uses her arm swing attack, which they 100% improved in the original. In the original, it is very hard to dodge, and you should pray that she doesn't use that attack first. After the fight, the castle is about to blow up and you must escape fast. And after that, they leave the Bean Bean Kingdom, and Bowser appears in the present, which is actually really funny. Overall, a good final area, but the next 3 are better, in my opinion. Number 3 is Shroob Castle from Partners in Time. Honestly, I think Partners in Time is now my second favorite game in the series. It used to be my 4th favorite, but now I appreciate it way more. My favorite game in the series is my number 1 choice, but we will get to that soon. Shroob Castle looks scary. It shows that this is what Peach's castle looks like now, and that the Shroobs took over it. And please remember that the Shroobs are the most evil Mario villains ever. The enemies are also kind of fun. The music seems scary and threatening, and shows that this is probably what Peach's castle could look like for the rest of life. And the platforming is also fun. The minigames are also enjoyable as well. I like destroying the Shroob ships and I love most of the puzzles. I do think they should have kept out the chain chomp in the sewers part, but other than that, I love this place. As for the boss fights, they are really awesome. First off, we have Princess Shroob, which is a lot of fun. I love that she puts a barrier on and you have to destroy it in order to attack her. Her attacks are also a lot of fun as well. The music during that fight is also very underrated, and man, Overture to the End is amazing. After her fight, we get a huge plot twist which reveals that Princess Shroob has a twin sister. After Baby Bowser takes the Cobalt Star and adds the last piece in, Elder Princess Shroob becomes free, and then we have the fight against Elder Princess Shroob, which is just spectacular. In her first phase, she summons ships, and you can try to destroy them by getting help from Peach. She can summon a Chain Chomp, she can heal, and she can even just attack you like a football player. Which is honestly really fun. When her first phase is done, this happens. This is epic, and I know it scares a lot of people. While it never scared me, I can see why it scared others. The music is amazing, the atmosphere is awesome, and if you lose this fight, it's the end of the world. I love this fight. It is one of the best fights in all of Mario. Elder Princess Rube has also been considered to be one of the best fights in Mario, or even of all time, along with another one which I will talk about later. Her attacks are really hard, but super fun to dodge. This is overall an amazing fight and an amazing finale, and I think this finale deserves to be at number 2. But wait a minute. If I think it deserves to be at number 2, why is it at number 3? Well, there is one huge problem.
Disappointment in the game of life.
Why? Why does this fight exist? Who asked for this? Who said yes? Nobody asked for Shrouzer. Literally nobody asked for this. And yet, you had to put it in. What were you thinking? This is honestly the worst Mario fight I have ever fought in my life. First of all, you can't attack. He just taunts you, and that's it. Second of all, the arena choice is really terrible. It's just Peach's castle on what it is normally like. And third of all, why would you put this fight after Elder Princess Shroob? Elder Princess Shroob was epic, and then you had to add this in? Somehow, they decided to make this the final boss instead. By the way, we don't ever talk about Shrouzer being the final boss. We will always say Elder Princess Shroob is the final boss of Partners in Time. If you want to have Shrouzer, make him a secret boss. Just like Bowser X from Bowser's Inside Story, Bowser Jr. from Dream Team, and Dry Bowser from Paper Jam. Have him have a better design. Dogs Eating Dog 6's design of Shrouzer is way better than what we got of Shrouzer. Now, I'm about to mock the developers for what they were thinking when they decided to add this in. This is amazing! Elder Princess Shroob is the perfect way to end this. Now it is time to work on the ending. No more fights. Actually, we will add one more boss in the game. It's called Shrouzer. So Bowser will technically eat the Shroob mushroom, and he will become Shrouzer. And he will be the only one to attack. The players cannot attack at all. You know what? This is perfect. Let's ruin the epic Elder Princess Shroob fight, which can be the end of the world if you lose, by putting Shrouzer. Everyone loves Shrouzer. Let's make Shrouzer the true final boss, instead of Elder Princess Shroob. Everyone will thank us for this, big time. Let's do this.
We don't talk about Shrouzer, no, no, no. We don't talk about Shrouzer. But this is poorly designed. Are they out of their mind? And you call this the true final boss? It's made all of us very cross. This boss is pointless, as he does nothing but disappoint us. Terrible from a story point of view. This is not for you. Sadly, you cannot attack back. relies on counter-attacking. This fight just received a lot of flack. Our challenge lacking. This should not be in the game. What we get is really, really lame. We don't talk about Shrouzer. No, no, no. We don't talk about Shrouzer.
Well, that was just terrible for what they were thinking. Overall, amazing final area, an amazing finale, just ruined by the horrible Shrouzer. In second place is Peach's Castle from Bowser's Inside Story. I know most people would have this at number 1, but personally I think that my number 1 is better. But still, I really love this place. I would also say that the finale begins when Bowser goes inside Peach's castle, personally. I love that they changed the red carpet to the purple carpet in the remake of Bowser's Inside Story. The enemies, despite having one annoying one, are really fun. Let's get the annoying one out of the way. The guy with the blocks and the bomb timer can take a while to defeat sometimes, and when you wake him up, he only does one attack. But other than that, the enemies are fun. The chests return, and I love the blue robots. The music is also fantastic. Deep Castle is one of the best songs in Bowser's Inside Story and one of the best songs in the series. Not my favorite though, we'll talk about that soon, but still, really awesome. Deep Castle makes you feel depressed, and it makes you feel that you are all alone. Everything's gone. You lost everything you love. And man, I love it so much. The puzzles are also a whole lot of fun. First, you chase down 3 Fawful-copters and access the 3 keys. I know that the blue key is the only one you need to continue in the castle, but I think the other 2 keys are worth it. And after you get the blue key, you then would make your way outside after a few more puzzles and learn a new minigame. After defeating the Piranha Plants, you go down and you find Fawful and fight Blizzard Midbiz, which is a really fun fight. I will talk about that in a bit though. You also have this section with Mario and Luigi, which is actually my favorite section with Mario and Luigi in the game. I love the concept that the Dark Star goes inside Bowser and you have to chase it. After that chase, it escapes and Dark Bowser appears, and man, it is awesome. Now it is time to talk about the fights, and boy, they are awesome. Starting off, we have Blizzard Midbiz, which is fun. I love that you have to defeat the Snoffles as Mario and Luigi so Bowser can spit out the ice and put it in Midbiz's crown so he doesn't make any more. And the Snoffles could heal him as well, which can drag on the fight. Then we have the Dark Star, which is amazing. I love that in the remake the Dark Star has its own theme now. Thank God! This makes the fight more fun. The theme sounds dark, sinister, and catchy, and the atmosphere is awesome as well. Then we have the fight against the Peach's Castle robot, which is great. I love that the first giant fight you fight Bowser's Castle and the last giant fight you fight Peach's Castle. The part where you and that robot are in the black hole together and trying to finish off the fight is great. Next up is Dark Fawful, and the remake version is way better than the original fight. The main reason why the remake fight is better than the original fight is because of the music. I love that they used Cackleta's battle theme but made it slower and more dark. This shows that Fawful is done messing around and he wants you dead. Even though that attack involving the Goombas is really annoying, the fight is still a blast. It is even more entertaining in the remake now that you have Dark Fawful's theme instead of that normal boss theme. And finally, we have the final boss, Dark Bowser, and this fight is spectacular. The scene where Bowser confronts Dark Bowser is beyond amazing and epic. The music is also spectacular. And the final is my second favorite final boss theme in the series. When fighting Dark Bowser, you can't defeat him at all until you defeat the Dark Star Core. When he gets knocked out, Fawful revives him and then he turns big, and eventually you have to punch his stomach so he can spit out Fawful. And after that, you must inhale him, but do it fast because when you do try to inhale him, Dark Bowser will try to do the same. If you want to attack the Dark Star Core, you must get rid of his eyes first, because if you don't, he will hide his legs. When you get rid of the eyes, then you can attack the legs, and after defeating the legs, now it is time to attack the Dark Star Core. After that, Bowser ends the fight with the few amazing KO punches. The attacks are really awesome to dodge. Everything about this fight is just spectacular. Overall, an amazing finale, but I just think number 1 is better. Speaking of number 1, here it comes right now. Yup, that's right. Neo Bowser Castle from Dream Team is my number 1 favorite Mario & Luigi final area in the series. I love so many things about this final area, and I am going to go into full defense. I know that the Flaming and Tasma enemies and the Mecha Koopas can be annoying, but other than that, I really love Dream Team's Neo Bowser Castle. This is way better than the Neo Bowser Castle from Paper Jam. First of all, the atmosphere. The atmosphere really looks amazing. I also really love the design and how it looks. Well, yes, it can be another Bowser's Castle, but it is a threatening Bowser's Castle this time. The design looks very threatening for a Bowser Castle. It also shows that Bowser is not messing around this time. He is being serious, and this is honestly the most evil and the best Bowser as a villain I have ever seen. The music in this area is also so amazing, threatening, and underrated. Personally, it's my favorite final level theme in the Mario & Luigi series. It's such a crime that nobody has done a remix on this theme yet. I really hope that some days somebody will do a remix on this theme. It makes you feel like that you are in an evil world, and I love that. I also really love the platforming, the puzzles, and the boss fights, which we will get to soon. I really love how it tests all your abilities, and it is just really enjoyable to do. I also love that Kamek messes up the doors. At first, I thought it was annoying, but now I really like it. It is not really annoying as some people say, because you can find these Kamek blocks that you can hit, and it can help you tell which door is which, and I really love that. Another thing that I really like is how you must press some buttons to get some of the bombs to stay on the right track, and it is really fun. I also really enjoy taking out the flames. I really love the concept of taking out the flames by going into the dream world and smashing the flames. While it might drag on a tiny bit with the first few dream world parts in this area, I personally still love the length and the dream point. It is really amazing, and I love the build up to one of my favorite Bowser fights of all time, which we will get to in a bit. You are also not in your dream this time. You're in Bowser's dream. It really shows that Bowser wants you dead in a scary way this time, as evil Bowser faces appear on the screen as you go through Bowser's dream. Now it is time for the fights, and I love them all. Starting off, we have Kamek. I really like all three of his fights, but his third one is my favorite. While it was annoying that Kamek ran away the other 2 times, here he is not holding back. He does not want to run away this time. As for the fight, he splits himself into 4 and gives them all a different color. I really love that each has their own attacks. White one heals, green one adds defense, power, and speed. The red one has the magic broom attack, and the normal Kamek can summon thwomps. I normally take down the white and green ones first because they can be annoying sometimes. Overall, a really fun fight. Now it is time to talk about Giant Bowser. In my opinion, this fight is spectacular and one of the best fights in the series, and one of the best Bowser fights ever. I know some people like Shroom Invader hate this fight a lot, but I really love it. The moment where Luigi pulls down his hat smirking this time instead of being scared really shows how Luigi is developed in this game. Dream Team Luigi is honestly the most developed Luigi I have ever seen. And that thing he does before the Giant Bowser fight is honestly the most epic moment in the entire Mario & Luigi series in my opinion. As for the fight itself, despite the annoying Beyblade section, is phenomenal. It shows how far Luigi and Bowser have come, as you have one of the most epic Bowser fights ever in my opinion. I really love that Bowser tries to stop you by spitting fireballs when you use that final attack as well. Overall, a spectacular Bowser fight. And then there's Phantasma's fight, which I gotta say is my favorite fight in the whole series. This fight is just phenomenal. Just like Elder Princess Ruby, Phantasma has been considered to be one of the best fights in all of Mario and one of the best fights ever made. This is one of my favorite fights of all time. Heck, in Fawful's Minion video of the best fights ever, Phantasma made it on the list, and even better, he put him at number 1. Phantasma is honestly my number 1 favorite Mario villain of all time. I really hope he returns someday. After he got betrayed by Bowser, he wanted revenge already. Think about this. If you lost to Phantasma from a story's perspective, Bowser would have gotten destroyed by Phantasma, and Phantasma would have conquered the world. Phantasma's battle theme is also one of my favorite themes ever made. It is sinister, it is evil, and it is very catchy. And the fight itself is just spectacular. Every turn, Phantasma eats his Phantasmunchies, which makes him even more powerful. He can turn into bats, make clones of himself and shoots an electric ball, and makes an evil ring which he will throw around you, and you have to stand in the middle and jump at the right time. He can also turn upside down, where you must defeat his Phantasmunchies, and if not, he heals. He can also turn you upside down when his Phantasmunchies attack you. And that's not even the best part. If you get hit a few times, a dark haze will form around you. Even though the very first hit in this fight, it will happen as well. Which will cause you to fall asleep, and then Phantasma sends you to his true nightmare. You are already in Phantasma's nightmare to begin with, but if you fall asleep, you are in his true nightmare, and you must find your way back. There is only one way back. If you choose the wrong portal, you must avoid the chainsaws. And if you find the right one, you wake up. If you die in Phantasma's nightmare, game over. What a very epic fight. and will always be one of my favorite fights of all time. And now we have Dreamy Bowser. I really love this fight. While not my favorite, still love it. From a story and atmosphere's perspective, it is my favorite final boss in this series, but for gameplay wise, I do prefer Dark Bowser and Elder Princess Rube. But I still enjoy this fight from gameplay wise. While not as amazing as in Tasma's fight, this is still amazing. It shows that Bowser has had enough of being defeated and he became a dream god. Dreamy Bowser is my favorite and most evil Bowser ever. The only thing I found annoying was the minion attack and where he heals. I like that attack even if it gets annoying. I like that he heals, but he just keeps on doing it over and over and over again. I can't win if he keeps healing. Despite that one attack, I still love this fight. The song Adventure's End is also my favorite final boss theme in the Mario and Luigi series. This is also the most pissed I have ever seen Mario. When he summons the airship attack, Mario gets very angry, and when they chase Luigi, he goes on the ship and destroys it fully. That is very awesome. While not my favorite final boss gameplay wise, this is my favorite final boss story wise, atmosphere wise, music wise, and it is very epic. Overall, I love this fight. And Dream Team's finale is my favorite in the series, and Mario & Luigi Dream Team is my favorite game in the Mario & Luigi series. So yeah, that is my list. I know I have some unpopular opinions, but hey, we all do sometimes. And I recommend checking out Tony Sonic's and Shroob Invader's ranking of the final areas as well. Those videos were also amazing. Also, please make sure to check out the other videos on Super Origami Kingdom as well if you haven't yet. Trust me, you will love them. If you want any of us to do any other rankings, put that in the comments below. Anyways, thanks for watching. Now, if you excuse me, I must go save the world again. I will see you next time on Super Origami Kingdom.